Og så til kongressvalget i USA. Det demokratiske partiet ser ut til å gjøre det bedre enn mange hadde ventet i mellomvalget i USA. Amerikanerne har gått til valg på guvernører i hver enkelt stat og representanter til senatet og representanthuset. Republikanerne får trolig flertall i representanthuset, mens i senatet det ennå ikke avklart, men det kan se ut til at demokraterne vil beholde makta der. Og i studio har jeg fått en gjest, og det er Austin Rasmussen, som er fra Republicans Abroad her i Norge. Og hva vil du si om dette valgresultatet?
Well, if you're an optimist for the election, I don't think any optimist got what they wanted, be it Democrat or Republican. There certainly it didn't manifest in a wave for Republicans. I think a lot of were anticipating that it would. But I think at the end of the day, the best the Republicans could have hoped for was at least winning the House and putting some kind of paralysis on the Democrat agenda, which is ultimately what's going to happen. I think actually this could work out in the Republicans' favor because the Democrats won't take this as an indication that maybe they should reevaluate their agenda. So they'll continue down the same track, and then we're looking at 2024. If the Republicans don't get the Senate, which is too close to call, too early to tell at the moment, then that's one leg up for the Democrats, is they will still have the power in the Senate to confirm judicial nominees, for example. But as far as legislation goes, there will be most likely a gridlock unless there's some serious compromise, which means the Democrat agenda for the next 2 years is basically dead in the water.
Ja, vi hører at du snakker engelsk, men du forstår jo norsk. Som du sier, senatet er jo enda ikke helt avklart, men det ser ut altså til at republikanerne har vunnet representanthuset, og nå ser det frem mot 2024. Men er det en viss skuffelse hos deg? Hadde du ventet at republikanerne skulle gjøre et bedre valg?
I was probably a little bit optimistic, but the best I was hoping for, the way I see it, is that if we're not going to have a government that's looking at cutting taxes and looking at deregulation and looking at ultimately minimizing itself in scope and power, then the next best thing is a government that's paralyzed and gridlocked. And that's what we're looking at for the next 2 years is without the House of Representatives, Biden won't be able to get, the Democrats at large won't be able to get basically any legislation through. Let's say that that the Republicans won both houses of Congress, and they did get the wave that a lot were anticipating. Biden is still president, and he still has that veto power. So even with the landslide, Republicans themselves wouldn't have been able to get much legislation. But what this does guarantee in the House, when the Republicans take that majority, is it opens the door for a lot of the investigations that Republicans are hoping for. It opens the door into investigating corona pandemic regime policies. It opens the door for looking at investigating the corruption in the Biden family. It opens that door, gives Republicans the power to launch those investigations under the House of Representatives.
Ja, altså at når det da ser ut til at representanthuset blir vunnet av republikanerne, så sier du at da vil de få mye makt til å kunne drive etterforskninger, og nå ser vel kanskje også du nå frem til det som skjer på tirsdag. Da har Donald Trump sagt han skal holde en viktig tale. Hva venter du skal komme da?
I will be surprised if the announcement isn't that he's going to run again in 2024. And so we could ultimately be looking at the same election in 2024 that we had in 2020. And that's another, maybe a silver lining about these results in Congress, is because if Biden had looked at a Republican landslide, he might have taken that as an indication that his odds are troubling in 2024. Now he sees, let's say, best case for the Democrats, they maintain a majority or status quo in the Senate, meaning that Kamala Harris is the tiebreaker with a 50-50 split, and Republicans take House. Biden will most likely take that as an indication that he might or he should run again in 2024. And if he does run again in 2024, that's a very good thing for Republicans.
En god ting for republikanerne dersom Donald Trump stiller som presidentkandidat igjen, og det skal jo han da gi beskjed om han gjør eller ikke, sannsynligvis på tirsdag. Takk skal du ha, Austin Rasmussen, som altså representerer republikanerne her i Norge.